Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our second lesson video. I know that we said that we're going to do one every week. Last week, we kind of changed it up with y'all. I wanted to give y'all a little bit of a trivia. So this week, we are back on that lesson video grind. My name is Chung Long.
King Sam.
The lesson for this week will be Chuyên Môn. We will be going over knots. But before we get into the lesson, we will do a quick review on the previous Matu from 2 weeks ago. Right? And then the answer was the 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23 to 26. We did get 2 submissions that were correct. Congratulations to Tinyi Do and Julie Fan. With this, y'all will be getting your virtual tools. With these virtual tools, we will be keeping a tally on them. And then when we actually go back to Sinhot again, y'all will be receiving these. Back to the lesson. Why not? The main use of a knot in not only in Tuni, or if you're in Scouts, or you're in any organizations, or your everyday use, whether you're tying stuff to the back of the truck or you want to keep things together in your patio or anything, knots can be very useful.
So a knot is beneficial when it's done correctly, done quickly, done securely, done beautifully, and easily untied.
Even though there are a variety of knots out there, we will be going over what we believe are the 7 basic knots that you should know as gak am in Tuni. The square knot, a clove hitch, a sheet bend knot, a double fisherman knot, a bowline loop, a taut line hitch, and a noose.
All right, so the first one's the square knot, which is a nut yet. So you use it for joining 2 ends of a line around an object to bind them. And you can use this when you're trying to secure something, tie your shoes, or on the end of first aid tape. And the easiest way to remember is left over right and under, right over left and under. You've got 2 ends of a rope, one in your left hand and one in your right hand. Take the right one, go right over left and under, and then you're going to take the one in your left hand now and go left over right and under. And then when you pull it, you're going to have this loop on top of this one.
So for a clove hitch, which is a nut twin tie, right, it's essentially used to secure any object, and it's the base of most of the lashings. You could use it to initiate anchoring of boats, whether you're building huts or tents, or whether you want to make your own stretcher or any of that stuff. This is the knot to start it off.
Clove hitch has 2 ways that you can do it. You can take the string and twist it away from you. So then this string goes behind this, and then you do the other way for the other side. So now the string goes in front of this. And then you hold them together, and you want where they go over this horizontal string to meet. So you want to kind of like twist it like this. And you're gonna see it looks like this. So if you grab an object, like a pole, for example, and you put it on the pole and you tighten it, it's gonna be 2 parallel lines with a diagonal line over it. So the other way of doing it is doing it directly on the pole. Take your string, you're gonna put it on the pole, and then you take the loose end right here. You wrap it around, and then you take it diagonally over the other end, and then take the loose end again. You're gonna go under the pole, and now we have this top diagonal right here. You're gonna take the loose end, go under the top diagonal right next to the working end, and when you pull it right here, you have 2 parallel strings, and then you have the diagonal one over it, and that is the clove hitch. So the next one is the sheet bend knot, which is nut ta yet. You use this to join 2 lines of different diameters and types. So we're going to take the thicker one and we're going to loop it, and then we're going to take the skinny one and put it into it like this, and then we're going to wrap it around and put it under. So then when you pull it, it's gonna be like this. And then basically, it just tightens it together so you can join two ropes and make them longer.
So next is our double fisherman knot, also known as the noichi godoi. It connects two ropes together. It's generally used to connect ends of two fishing reels. This knot is most commonly used for bracelets.
You have two ends of a rope, and you want them parallel to each other, and you want them to overlap a bit so that you have enough string to work with. And I'm going to take them and just hold them together like this to keep them tight. And then I'm going to take the working end and go over and under the string. And once I do that, I want to put it over everything to make a loop like this. And I'm going to take this string and go under. So now I have two loops and it looks like a figure 8 with a string coming through it. So I'm going to take this part of it, which looks like the figure 8, and this is a little tricky, but I'm going to take this little piece and go through the first loop of the 8 and then through the second loop of the 8, and when I pull it, I'm gonna get this little X shape, and then on the back of it is going to be some parallel lines, and this is called the double fisherman knot. So we're going to do it again on the other side now, but I'm going to flip it around so that it looks the exact same way as the one I just did. So once again, we're going to take this one and go over and under, and then take this string, put it on top to make a loop, take this one, go under to make another loop, and pick up the 8, and then take this string and put it through the first loop of the 8 and through the second loop of the 8 like that, and pull tight. So now you have two of them, and once you have that, you can basically just pull it like this. It's adjustable, movable double fisherman knot. So this one is the noose knot. It's a nut thom lam, and you use it to suspend an object. So whenever someone captures an animal, I guess they would use this anchoring a line and setting up a tent. Okay, so I have this piece of rope, and basically I have it going up, so I'm gonna do a loop like this, and then I'm gonna do another smaller loop right above that, right next to it, and you want to hold on to it, pinch it right there, and you take this extra string down here, and you're gonna wrap it around once, twice. You want to make sure it's kind of neat when you do it, or it will get messed up when you tighten it. I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6, and then you want to put the extra string through this top loop that you had, and then you're gonna just tighten that. So you're gonna pull this up. Once you have it tightened, you can see that you can really adjust it like this to tighten it. You can wrap it around something and just do that. You can still adjust it to take it back off.
The next knot we'll be going over is the bowline / rescue loop, or known as the nutgedun. Uses to form a fixed loop at the end of the line. Basically, it won't either tighten or slip. It'll help secure either a line, or you can rescue someone where they can wrap it around their waist and then tie this loop, and then you could reel that person in.
So with the bowline knot, what you're going to do is you're going to have your working line and then your main line. With your main line, you're going to create a loop first. And then with your working line, what you're going to do is you're going to stick the working line underneath the loop. And then you're going to go around the main line and then back down into the loop. Your right side should be holding the end of the working line. And then all you got to do is pull your main line up, and it creates this knot right here, which is the bowline knot. So if you're having trouble with how you should form the loop, what is best and what's easy is to have on your right hand and your working line, your index finger and your middle finger catching the working line right in the middle. You're gonna bring it over to the main line. And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna rotate your wrist towards you. All right, once you rotate it through here, right? You already created your loop and your working line is already in the loop. So all you got to do is, with the working line, go around the main line, back into the loop, and then pull the main line up, and it will create your bow line.
The last of the basic knots that we'll be going over is the taut line hitch or knot tie. The main application for this, it helps secure lines with tents or flag poles or your gong tie down to your stake. This is where we would do it.
So with taut line, what's best is if you actually wrap a string around either a pole or something that can increase the tension of the rope. And then essentially what you're gonna do is you have your working line right here, and it is the main line. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have the working line wrap over the main line. You see the loop? You're gonna loop it towards the inside of the loop, not once, but twice. These are also called half hitches. So we just created 2 half hitches. And then the next, what you're gonna do is you bring your working line over to the outside or the opposite side, and then you're gonna create one more loop, right? One more loop, wrap it around, and then now you pass it through this smaller loop right here, and then you pull it up. And then once you pull it, you tighten everything, right? You should see these 3 loops or 3 hitches, right? Make sure you tighten everything out. And then essentially with the tension, you'll be able to adjust the length of the rope by just moving the knot right here. You either make it tighter, or if you need to loosen it up, you loosen it like that.
Okay, so here's this week's method. Be the first one to answer it correctly and email it to me. Email's right there on the screen. Well, you get a virtual though for now, and then when we get back, you'll actually receive it. And email this by Thursday night,
which is May 14th. And with that, that is the end of our lesson video for this week. Hopefully, y'all have either learned something from our video or a quick refresher if you already knew all the knots. We will look forward to your answers for this month too, and we will see you guys in the next lesson video. Bye, guys.